With his first press conference in 6 months, Donald Trump was bound to have been under close scrutiny, so last night's allegations couldn't have been better timed, and indeed, the leaks finally pushed him into publicly blaming Russia for hacking his rivals.
As far as hacking, I think it was Russia, but I think we also get hacked by other countries and other people. And I can say that, you know, when we lost 22 million names and everything else that was hacked recently, they didn't make a big deal out of that. That was something that was extraordinary. That was probably China. We have much hacking going on.
But if that seemed to put the president-elect on the same page as his intelligence chiefs, think again.
That nonsense that was released by maybe the intelligence agencies, who knows, but maybe the intelligence agencies, which would be a tremendous blot on their record if they in fact did that, a tremendous blot. Because a thing like that should have never been written, it should never have been had, and it should certainly never have been released.
The allegations published last night had been known to some reporters for months, but it was the fact that intelligence agencies decided to brief Trump on these claims and vouched for the credibility of their author, a former MI6 officer, that gave them traction.
These were based on memos compiled by a former British intelligence operative whose past work U.S. intelligence officials consider credible.
Once that had aired, the reports themselves ended up online. The documents, marked confidential sensitive source, argue the Russian government had been backing Trump for at least 5 years. One makes salacious claims about Trump's alleged use of prostitutes and that the FSB had either arranged and monitored them. A later memo from July 2016 details a meeting in Moscow between Trump advisor Carter Page and senior Russian officials. One source suggests the Russians have compromising material on both Trump and Hillary Clinton. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov is alleged to have led the campaign to help Trump and damage his opponent. He today issued his own denial. It was also alleged meetings between Trump's lawyer, Michael Cohen, and Kremlin officials took place. One suggests that Mr. Cohen met Russian officials in Prague in August 2016, though Mr. Cohen says he's never even been to that city, and CNN now reports it might have been a different Michael Cohen. The memos claim deniable payments were made to hackers who'd worked for the Kremlin and against Clinton's campaign.
The fact that BuzzFeed and CNN made the decision to run with this unsubstantiated claim is a sad and pathetic attempt to get clicks. The report is not an intelligence report, plain and simple.
People need to just themselves look very carefully at a range of information in front of them and come to their own conclusions as they sift through a variety of different facts and come to their own conclusions from looking at information very, very carefully. I will say that I listened to him very closely and listened to what he denied and what he did not. And the point about the number of different contacts that people in his campaign had with the Russians, which he was asked about repeatedly, he did not comment on that point.
Today's confirmation hearings for Rex Tillerson, Trump's pick for Secretary of State, spent much time on Russia and Putin.
I've had no unclassified briefings because I've not received my clearance yet. However, I did read the interagency report that was released on January the 6th. That report clearly is troubling and indicates that all of the actions you just described were undertaken.
For never-Trump Republicans and spies alike, the tycoon's Kremlin ties are the chosen battleground.